Hi and welcome everyone. Thanks again for joining me. And thanks for the support, guys. I really appreciate the interest to the channel and what's going on up there on the moon and out there in space. Space is absolutely amazing. Right close to our own planet, we have this magnificent moon with many geometrical forms and shapes on the surface, light sources that we can clearly see and we've been seeing for thousands of years and written in history also. They're named after oceans, etc. Nautical miles are used in space. Here's the top of the moon. Do you see the formations on the surface? Do you see the straight edge that's there? This is on the west side, very outer edge of the moon. We can see this light shot onto the surface and the edge to see the outline. This was one of my most recent finds. The biggest find I've ever found, I believe, on the moon was inside of a crater. Whether this be filtrating something, some kind of mechanical device, a system, pipes with something flowing inside of it, or pipes to get around. Whether they're ancient or recent, they're beautiful. The world should know about it. I think it's something that would be beautiful for the world to know about. This Clavius crater, John Leonard Walson. I don't have a chance to see many channels and many videos. I have seen at least 5 or 10 videos of John Leonard Walson's, really close, and he's got amazing live footage of Clavius crater. I do too, but he is close. He's got this close. I'm getting this through editing. He's shooting it live. So go check out his channel. It's an amazing, amazing channel. Here, this light shot into the surface of a crater. You can see the structure, the structuring, the straight edges. Now, if there was a machine on the surface, look at the bottom here. These mountains are very suspicious. And look at the dark spots. Looks like they're tunneled entrances going towards these upper craters that are on the top there. Could there be entrances from underneath from elsewhere? Because there are many tunnels on the surface. Many channels are filming these pipes and or tunnels. And someone asked me, is Earth or the moon closer to the sun? Well, it's always changing places, both us and the moon, because we're like Earth in our elliptical orbit, which means that we're not actually turning around the sun. We're actually being slingshotted like an eye, the shape of an eye, around the sun. And there is no variation. If Earth was to be thrown 1 million kilometers closer to the sun, completely deranged out of the solar system and out of our usual place directly next to the sun, there would be no variation in the atmosphere and there would be no noticeable changes whatsoever. So do you understand, from here and into space, 1 million kilometers, there could be life? It's a fact. It's a fact that there is, if there are other species, right? I mean, we're just talking common sense, and we're talking through facts, because this is a known fact. I'm not just shooting this out there. If Earth was to be propulsed 1 million kilometers away from where we are right now, there would be no noticeable change whatsoever. So why would the moon not have an atmosphere similar, if not identical, to the one here on Earth? Why? The space, outer space between here and the moon, there is an atmosphere. The landing on Earth is the same way as the landing on the moon, I'm almost positive. And the moon and the Earth are always changing places. So depending on the aphelion or perihelion, which means at what time during the year that one or the other are closer or further away from the sun, is determined that they're always moving in orbit. So they're changing places one after the other. As they go around the sun, shot like a slingshot, They're coming closer to the sun, and then the moon goes closer to the sun, and then the earth goes closer to the sun, all while both us and the moon evolving and rotating around the sun. So the whole rotation system is rotating, being slingshot around the sun. It's that gap that they don't mention. The gap, like where they say that Earth has to be exactly in the perfect place. It's in the perfect place. Does that mean that if we move 20 feet, we're not in the perfect place? Or what about 35 feet? What about 10,000 feet? If there's no noticeable changes in our atmosphere and to us here on Earth, if we're shot out 1 million kilometers away, what would be the difference being 400,000 kilometers away on the moon? Here, this massive pipe or tunnel or platform. This is an unknown planet uh, near the constellation of Draco. I have no clue its exact location or coordinates. Not qualified or skilled enough. Unfortunately, I am. I'm only able to find the structures, not able to tell people where they are. And I guess that's how it is for a freak accident because I'm not hiding it. I've always had a good technique in editing photos and finding new ways to edit them, but this is going all out. Look at the green bumps or surface anomalies, the colors, purples, pinks, yellows, greens, you name it, the rainbow color. Looks like there's a definite atmosphere down there. It definitely looks like it. Not saying there is. I'm saying there's a possibility there could be. Nothing is impossible. Say to yourself that. Absolutely nothing is impossible. These are stitched photos by photo stitching that I do old school by hand and myself. Why? Because I love finding clear areas on the moon that I can work with and get myself a couple of frames all together to be able to focus in on the structures on the surface or geometrical forms, shapes, whatever. Here's Mare Serenitatis at the top there. You can see the sort of offset circle with a sort of V at the top. Montes Apenninus mountain range comes down to Eratosthenes crater. To the left, we can see Archimedes crater. And this is another X-ray photo. I'm going through many shots to be able to bring the surface. We have some contributors coming up. Adam Schmelter. Thank you, brother. Love you, man. $30 donation. You know we're going to get that scope. And I appreciate the comments and everything, buddy. Thanks a lot. Polly Campbell, Ellie. $30 donation, Polly. Another major contributor to the community. Thanks for the interest, the effort, and helping me and the channel. Thanks a lot, everyone.